Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto. I thought we had the tunes on there at the beginning, but we've not. I'm sorry, I'm a wee bit late. I was out to the shop there getting a bag of sugar because I didn't have any sugar for my coffee. So I had to nip out very, very quickly, and then other things happened after that. So we're live, we're on CYT-Crypto. We're going to be talking about the markets today. We're going to be looking at a couple of news stories as well and looking at a few charts. And I'm just going to welcome everybody in just now. Just make sure we're live at the moment. I don't even know if we're live or not. It looks as if we are. Screen is healthy, that's healthy. The live is healthy as well. I've got a few people in, so I'll just jump straight over. If you've got any questions, just kind of ask in the group. If you want me to look at any charts, just ask in the kind of chat area. And obviously, if you like these videos, if you could go down to that like video or the like button just now and hit that like, that would be fantastic. And subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and sign up for the newsletter. Well, not the newsletter, sign up for the upcoming launch of the premium group for CYT-Crypto as well. And that is a link down below, and if you join the free Telegram group as well, you will get a discount as well. We'll post a discount in the free Telegram group as well. Okay, I'm just going to jump over to the chat area just now. Make sure everybody is in, and we are. So we have Mike Weatherford is in on his crypto journey. Mervyn Skidmore is in. Crypto Cannabis, John Russell, Rob Fiddler, Mervyn Skidmore, I've said already. Echo, like being at Silverstone. Is there an echo just now? Hopefully not. That was just previously. High Plains Drifter is in. And Donny Don Matthew is in. Mervyn Skidmore, sorry, my end. Gordy Boy, morning. Nick Smith is in. KMD, say no more. And take these pictures while you still can. Take these prices while you still can. And Tara will be a game changer. Don't know about, is this Komodo? We'll have a look at that in a second. Yeah, it's Komodo. Okay, so we're just going to look at the overall picture of the cryptos. We have an overall market capitalization of nearly $328 billion. Bitcoin dominance still 62.2%. Bitcoin itself and the whole market's kind of blah at the moment. It's just kind of going sideways. There's a lot of apathy in the market just now, particularly with the alts. Everybody's kind of keeping an eye on Bitcoin to see what it does. But yeah, there's just a kind of feeling of nothing much is happening at the moment in the markets. So it's just kind of going sideways just now. And we'll look at the kind of Bitcoin chart a wee bit in a wee second as well. Okay, who's the winners? XMAX up 55%. Icon is up 17%. Crypto.com, Digibyte is up. That's the only four in double digits in the top 100. And what's the ratio? We've got about 30% in the red and 70% in the green. Solve is down 10% or nearly 10%. Walton Chain, Komodo is down 10%. Energy, Waves, VeChain as well, all down. Not by that much, not by a great deal. As I said, probably about 25-75 split for who's down and who's up. We'll look at the overall markets and see how many cryptos we've got today. We've got 2,320 cryptocurrencies listed on CoinMarketCap over the last 24 hours. Who have we got as the winners? XMAX is up there, so we've not got any 100%ers over the last 24 hours. XMAX 59%. Origo is up 55%. M2O 49%. Quadrant Protocol 37%. I'm just looking for the low cap ones. And we've got Quadrant Protocol, I haven't heard of that. It's up 37%. 7 days at 64%. So over the last 7 days, who's the winners? Origo, I haven't heard of them. 1.2 million volume, 28 million market cap. VeChain is up 393%. RealTrack 258% on 2.3 million. 65 million market cap, just outside the top 100. Liquidity Network is up 200% and got a 4 million market cap. SyncFab, I'm hearing about that quite a lot. I'm sure that was on Bancor. MFG, yeah, it was. Used to trade that on Bancor a long while ago. So there's a few up there, and this is for the purpose of this. We kind of look at this just to see if we can find any hidden gems. So I've not had any coffee at all this morning since I got up. So this is the first cup of coffee and it's tasting extremely good. Okay, we'll look at crypto bubbles just now. XMX, we've just seen that, kind of up just now, XMAX. We'll just look at it over the last 24 hours. And that is the 24 hours. So we're predominantly in the green over the last 24 hours, not a lot in the red, but we're just in the green. It's not as if kind of we're hugely up and we're on a bull run or anything like that. We're just in the green over the last 24 hours. Over the last hour, slightly different. It's going into the red again. Bitcoin price is coming down, as we'll see. And I've still got a few that are up and coming. Real Tract we've just seen as well. Next, XMAX is up. Not got for the month there. So in a month. Next is up 77%. KCS is going up again, 38% on a month. Dent starting to, well, it's not starting to move. It's probably up a Satoshi or something. It's just a dollar value. I've got a list there. Okay, so that's it over the kind of last hour, and that kind of tells us what's coming up. But this could just change on a whim, so it's just kind of nice to get a visual representation of what's happening in the markets overall. Although this is just a snapshot of this cryptocurrencies that are out there. Okay, we'll go back to chat, see who else is in. Mish Daita has joined us. Marcus Shafarai. And Jambe Kariri is in. Maurice Cox is in. Sam M is in. Donny Don Matthew, DJB and Binance seem to be burying the hatchet with the back and forth tweet. So possible Binance listing could be the reason for the Pumo. Daz Hibernia is back with us. King 1969 is in as well. So we'll have a look at the Bitcoin chart, see what's happening just now. We're up to 11,470. It's very choppy just now, nothing much happened. This is on the 4-hour chart. We go to the daily chart, just have a look at that. We're still following this kind of latest line. When was it start? The 9th of June. So we're still following that line, or the support line for that. And we're still above. The 70 EMA is still well above the kind of 50 EMA. And there's no convergence there at all. So the 70 EMA has not crossed back down over the 50 EMA since the 18th of February when it crossed over at 3,677. So if you've got in then, we could have been quids in if I'd got in then as well. So 11,474. What way does it want to go, Bitcoin? Obviously, we can't tell. There's no way of telling because it could drop on a whim. It could kind of go up on a whim. But go with the trend. If we go with the flow, we're still on the up. We're still in the bull market for kind of Bitcoin just now. So I wouldn't kind of bet against it big time. I wouldn't be going short at this particular time. Have a look on the 15-minute charts. For the traders out there, on a 15-minute chart, it crossed back over 11,423. That would have been a good time to get in. This is for day traders. If you're a day trader, you can trade the 15-minute chart or even the 5-minute chart. So on the 5-minute chart, it's crossed back up over at 11,449. And you can see it's very choppy on the 5-minute chart. This would have been a good time to get in. 11,280 did go up to 11,627. And that's 3%, so you could have had 30% on that if you got out at the top and got in on the crossover. So 5-minute is not as good as a 15-minute to trade, but you kind of miss out on some gains trading the 15-minute. It's still choppy on the 15-minute if you look at the ins and outs on that. And just coming down on the hourly, still choppy. So Bitcoin is really kind of going sideways just now over the last few days. You can see this is the hourly chart, but it's still a trend. Overall trend is up. Now we've got this line here as well, so it looks as if we're forming kind of triangle here. We'll just put that as yellow. Do this. So we're going to either get a breakout or a breakdown, and that should be happening quite soon. Now we'll just go there. We could go there actually, just get rid of this. We've got a symmetrical triangle forming here. We've got a symmetrical triangle forming here. So this is the next couple of hours is going to be crucial for Bitcoin. See what happens with the price. So we're either going to get a breakout or a breakdown from here, and we're following this support line here, and we've got this resistance line up here, so we need to break out or kind of break down. What can we expect if we do break out or in? We'll just kind of go back to this just now and just push that up to make it more. Right, so we can expect, that's not what we can expect, but what we could get, and we'll just make this smaller, copy, control. So we could get either scenario here where it goes up to 13,190, or we could get a scenario where it goes down to 9,800. So either or. So we'll just change that to red so you can see. So this is from this symmetrical triangle. So it could break out from here and we've got up to 13,000 again. If we go up to 13,000, then it looks as if it could go higher from there. That'll be the kind of bullish momentum continuation. And if we break down from here, that'll just be a kind of reject at there. But 9,800 would break the support line as well. So we'll have to be really careful when we're charting kind of Bitcoin, but that's two possible scenarios here. And I know I say it could be up or it could be down. Of course, everybody's going to say that, but I would go with the flow. If we're looking at this and the overall trend is up, the kind of short-term trend is up, then I would go with the flow and say it's going to break out to the upside. If I was pushed, I would just say it's going to break out to the upside. And if we go above $12,000, it just can't get above that $12,000 just now. Short-term, if we can do that, then we're on our way back up to 13,000 and see where we take it from there. So we'll see what happens. It'd be good to know your thoughts on that if you've been kind of charting it as well. Donny Don Matthew, I was pleasantly surprised the other day finding I had received 100 energy from the airdrop last year, $900, sold it on, bought Tezos. Excellent, excellent. Mike D is in the house, one of our brilliant admins. Morning Steve, sorry I'm late, no problem at all, not a problem at all, mate. No, so if you've got any questions, if there's any charts you want me to look at, let me know. Okay, so we'll look at some of the charts on Binance. So BQX, Ethos is doing really well. This is on the 1 hour chart. We'll go to the 4 hour chart. Ethos crossed over at 923 and it did get up to 1269 for a profit of 37% if you got out at the top. That is if you got out at the top. But it's up to 1173 just now. It looks as if it wants to rise from here as well. PundiX has not really kind of moved. It moved a Satoshi or something. Wabi has kind of moved on the 4 hour. Wabi looks a buy from here, and it's not been a buy really since the beginning of June, so 4 weeks ago. But it looks a buy from here. It's coming up its all-time low. Yep. So Wabi is definitely a buy from here. It's on a red candle at the moment on the 4 hour. So you might want to get a better position. Excuse me. Yeah, it's kind of crossed over big time. So it's just coming down to meet the 7 EMA on the 1 hour chart, so it could bounce from there. Crossed over at 1747 on a 21% gain before coming back down. So what can we expect of Fib retracements there? So could expect it to come back down to maybe 1892. It's hit the 38% level, and I'm doing it from the crossover. Do it a wee bit differently. It's just from what I've seen as well. So you maybe want to wait there, but it's bouncing off the 38%, so it might be going back up, Wabi. But it definitely looks a buy for the longer term as well on the 4 hour chart. GTO start to move again. That looks like a buy as well, coming up its all-time low on the 4 hour chart. And Seller looks a buy as well at 147. It was up to 187 the other day, but it was down to 103 also a few days ago on the 26th of June. So be careful with that. It's in a kind of mid position just now for Seller, but it looks as if it's on an upwards trend just now. They've got their mainnet launch coming up today. And what's going to happen after that? Is it today? I think it is today. So normally with the mainnet launches, it actually goes down, but I don't think that's going to happen with the kind of latest IEOs that have come out from Binance. AGI. So these are the top movers Link is looking like it's going to bounce again. IOTX, so there's a few on the move at the moment. Myth's on the move as well. Myth is due a pump. And I'm not I'm not saying that lightly. It just so happens, if we look at the last kind of couple of times, was on the 9th of June. And the last time before that kind of pumped was round about the same, a month before it. Last time it pumped before that was April, May, so it was a month before then, before that as well. So it's due a pump just now. So it's not had a July pump yet, but Mithril is due a pump, so it might be good to get in. On the 4-hour chart, it's looking like it's going to jump up as well, and it's moving up. It's in the top movers, so this could jump as well. I'm not saying I'm an advocate of pump and dumps, but just it's a cycle that kind of Mithril tends to go through. So for that reason, Mithril could be a buy at the moment. Navcoin, not really doing much. Navcoin, you get a few pumps in there. You can see the spikes in there. You have to be quick, so they definitely look like pump and dumps. BAT is near its all-time low as well, which is fantastic if you're into BAT as well. Not its all-time low, but it's recent low. Yeah, so BAT, I think BAT could be a good long-term buy. MCO, just there's something about MCO I love, and I think it's going to be huge. MCO, I really do like it, and I think it's going to be absolutely massive. But at the moment, good time to accumulate for MCO as well. Okay, jump back to chat. Thoughts on Walton Chain? I think Walton Chain long term are going to do real well. I think it's one of those cryptocurrencies that are going to be kind of at the forefront of what's going to be happening in crypto world this time next year. If you think about a lot of the others, I'm not kind of going to name any just in case. But if you think of a few others and you think, is this going to be around this time next year? Is it doing things? Is it making things happen? And I think Walton Chain is going to be one of the ones that's going to be around this time next year. It's starting to move off its all-time low. I think it's kind of way undervalued. We'll look at Walton Chain just now. WTC. 104 million market capitalization, rank number 80. Has been as high as 1 billion. So I think this could be good as well for the long term. I think it's going to be one of the survivors, and I think it's going to survive the altcoin purge. So for long term, short term, obviously on the daily is looking good. On the 4 hourly, it's probably crossed over already, I would imagine. Yeah, way crossed over the 13,000. We've seen a kind of 100% jump as well. It's come back down. So on the Fib retracement, if we just look at it from the crossover on the Fib retracement, we bounced off the 50. Well, we didn't quite hit the 50. But so just be careful. You could, if you're short term trading this, I'd maybe look for a better entry position. So it could come down to the 61% at 19,200, round about that level. So I'd maybe put a buy order in, say for 19,400, and it could bounce from there. But I do think for the long term it's good, and this is where we're going to start to see these quality projects like Walton Chain coming up as well. So I do like Walton Chain. Seller mainnet launched today. Maybe that's why some price action, but not a huge pump. Probably in the coming days. I think Seller is going to be good. What's the actual market cap just now for Seller? I think it's gone down to about 40-ish, 48 million. Yeah. I think Seller could be really good. And when the kind of all season does happen, Seller is going to go 100, 200, 300, 400%. It's going to be leading the charge for the altcoins. Seller, Matic, the IUOs are going to be leading the charge. Seller, Matic 1. You've got Elrond out as well, BTT. So you've got 4 or 5, well, probably more than that. If we look at kind of Binance just now, what have we got? I don't know if BTTs I would include in that, but we'll just have a look. Just make sure I'm not missing one. Elrond, Harmony, Matic, Seller, Fetch. I don't know if Fetch is a different animal. Elrond we'll take a look at as well. BitTorrent, Bread, these were the previous ones, Bread and Gifto, or Gift2. So what's Elrond doing? ERD. Yeah, so I've advised a few people now just to don't buy Elrond as soon as it came out at 67, 70. So it's down to 53. It looks as if it's still coming down just now. So I would wait. I think this is going to jump back up, but I would definitely wait just now and just go. I'd probably go on the 15-minute chart, actually. So there's been buys on the 50-minute 48. So it has been down to 45, actually. So 48 would have been a buy, and you could have got out at 55, which is still represents a good opportunity, 15%, or at the top 23%. So it's trading opportunities for Elrond, but I still don't think it's hit its bottom. But keep an eye on the 15-minute chart. Hourly chart, still not kind of really enough data to come into play, but it's starting to come into play just now. So yeah, I would wait on Elrond, but I do think it's going to be a big one, maybe the end of this week, next week it could jump. And where is it? Has it got on market cap? No, it's not the market capitalization. So 0.06. We're going to have to work out the market capitalization. I think it's 90 billion. Star 90, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I could be totally wrong. Yeah, I am totally wrong. What is the... So it's 20 billion. So I can't remember what the circulating supply was. But I'm sure it's round about the 45 million market capitalization for Elrond. It might be lower than that just now. It might be at the 40s, 35, 40. That put it at? I honestly can't remember. So yeah, I think those are going to be leading the charge. We have Honest Crypto Journey, a symmetrical triangle is a continuation pattern. So if the price enters a triangle going up, there's a 68% chance it could continue in that direction on breakout. Yes, so but we have to be aware as well. So that's perfectly true. Honest Crypto Journey or Stuart, but we have to be aware of the kind of downsides to that as well if it breaks down below that. But usually it's a continuation pattern as well. However, having said that, the descending triangle is usually a continuation pattern as well. But what I've found recently with the alts, that if you have a strong support, I'm going to see if we can find, we're not going to get we've got a triangle there. When you start to look at triangles and you start to see kind of symmetrical triangles, descending, ascending triangles, you see them everywhere. And you can just see them straight away just now. And there's a wee kind of descending triangle here. I'll go here. Here, and this is just a very quickly, I could have found a better one, but this is because we're looking at this just now. So this is a descending triangle, but what I've found, if there's good support, and there's support here around about the kind of 45 or 52 level, we'd kind of push that up a wee bit. Usually it kind of bounces out of that, but the descending triangle is meant to be a continuation pattern as well. So the symmetrical triangle is meant to be a continuation pattern, so you go with the trend, you go with the flow, and it's meant to, it should break out from there on BTC. We'll just go back to BTC USD just now. So it should break out from here, as we said, and it should continue going up, and it could break out. This is not kind of normal, this kind of the length of this. I'm not saying that is definitely going to happen, but if it breaks out, it should go to the upside much higher than the 12,000, I would imagine. So, but yeah, you're right, Stuart, but I didn't know about the 68%, I have to admit. G's like hi, oh, hi to you. Crypto Don 1 is in the house, good morning to you. B is in the house, good morning to you. Honest Crypto XRP is a bridge coin designed to be bought by large institutions who would always buy OTC. These transactions don't affect exchange prices, so why will XRP be worth big dollars in the future? Simply because of just what you've just said there, Stuart. Because the institutions that are buying it, they're buying it OTC obviously, so it's not affecting the exchange prices. However, it's going to affect the exchange prices in that there's not going to be enough XRP to put back into the exchanges. So what I don't know if you've noticed this, what Ripple and XRP do is they release from escrow the XRP and hand it over to the exchanges, or kind of the exchanges buy it or whatever. But if there's not enough of that, then the price is obviously going to go up. And I was sent a link, well, I wasn't sent a link, I was sent something I'm looking into just now called the Shane Ellis theory about, it's not just about XRP, but it's the Shane Ellis theory. So I'm going to look into that more and kind of show you why XRP could get to $5, $10. And we're talking in a very, very quick space of time. So we're talking over the space of a couple of hours, how it could jump up very, very quickly to $5, $10, $15, $20, $30, $40, $40. But having said that, if you're not into XRP, don't believe in it for the long term, I wouldn't be buying XRP if you don't believe in it for the long term. However, I still think it's going to zoom up in price, and I think you're not going to get any notice. You're not going to be able to look on the TA. It's just going to go 1 minute it's down to 3,000, next minute it's up to 15,000 Satoshi. So it's 5x, and you're just not going to get any warning, and there's going to be major FOMO on it. That's what I think is going to happen. But how long have I been saying that? I've been saying that for months now. Well, yeah, it probably is a couple of months. Imran Chowdhury is in the house. Welcome to you. Good to see you here. Revolutionist is in. Morning. Just got back from the gym, and Cardano is looking good. Excellent. Well done, you. Just for going to the gym. That's an achievement in and of itself. Cardano is looking good, yes. Just go to AWBTC. So it's crossed over. That's on the hourly. It's crossed over on the 4. It's crossing over on the 4 hourly. 712. I think these are brilliant prices. Accumulation prices. If you're into Cardano for the long term, accumulation prices. These are amazing prices to get in on, and you're going to be kicking yourself in a kind of this time next year and saying, why didn't I get in when it was 712 Satoshi? But it's a long term project. It's not a trading coin. It can be, but it's a long term project, I would say, for Cardano. People say on the rocks for BTC are making a big mistake. That time was a few months ago to ride it. We're almost at initial top. This bull run will be a multi-year long scalping. Can you get wrecked? Can get you wrecked. Of course it can get you wrecked. You can get wrecked at any time though. Seasoned investors will already consolidate the positions and are up. When everyone is flooding something to the ground is the exact time you want to get on the floor. Percentage wise, when it'll start to move this sold into BTC, we want to sell back in and get wrecked. Yeah, there is going to be an alt season. It's coming. We don't know when, but it is coming. It comes in cycles, and it will be coming. I still think Bitcoin has got a way to go before the alt season comes. I do think that, but that's just my personal opinion. So I still think we're going to hit the all-time high, 20,000, and then come back down, and that's when alt season is going to start. That's my belief. That's what I think is going to happen. Look at the... Let's get rid of these, actually. Yep, so I think we're going to hit that 20,000. And we should hit it. The way it's going, I think it'll be quicker, but the way it's going, September, beginning of September. However, there was a trajectory of when it was going a kind of big steep curve. It was going to be the beginning of July, but obviously that changes. It is going to change, and it'll probably change again. It might come quicker at beginning of August. It might be to the end of the year. Just depends. But I think we're going to hit 20,000, then come back down, and then they're also going to go on a huge run. And Bitcoin will come down 30-40%. If it comes down 40%, then that comes down to $12,000, and then that's it. That's it. After that, it's kind of major FOMO time, and Bitcoin will start shooting up again. That's what I think is going to happen over the coming months. But like anybody's, it's just my kind of opinion. Dennis van der Hayden is in. Good to see you. Don Matthew, Steve, do you think the mass layoff at Deutsche Bank is true? Would it give a scare to the financial market and a catalyst for money into Bitcoin on a ride up to 20k? I don't think it's going to directly affect it. So I don't think there's something like that is going to directly affect it, but there'll be a ripple effect. No pun intended for XRP, but I think there'll be a ripple effect there somehow. So it's going to be an indirect route. So it could be banks are running scared just now. Banks are really running scared just now. Every single major bank in the world is running scared because of kind of blockchain and Bitcoin, everything else, because of Libra as well. Just all the news coming out, banks are really running scared, which is why Mark Zuckerberg was called up to Congress so quickly. Within a day's announcement of him releasing news on the kind of Libra coin, he was kind of called up to Congress, and this is why, because the banks, and there's major people kind of in the banks, kind of fronting the banks and heading the banks as well. So they would have been in touch with the congressmen, and everything all over the world. This is going to be happening. So yeah, I think people are starting to see the writing on the wall. I think that's what's going to be happening. Deutsche Bank in big trouble. They will exit global equities business and slash 18,000 jobs in sweeping overhaul. Thanks for that, Imran. But yeah, I do think this is the start of the fall of the banks as well. And this is a start. This is not going to be good, actually. I don't think this is going to be good necessarily for the kind of crypto market. There's going to be a start of a financial crisis all over the world, I think. I've been looking at a few things as well. Student debt, I think, very underrated. Student debt is going to cripple. It's going to be really make the kind of world's kind of finances. It's going to make it really unstable. And then there's going to be the layoffs with the banks. There's going to be banks kind of falling as well. There's going to be loads of stuff coming. I think there's going to be loads of stuff coming in the financial world in the next couple of years. It's just going to cripple the financial world, but it's also not, it's going to affect the kind of crypto market. Everybody think the money is going to pour in, it's going to go into crypto market. I don't think necessarily. I think people will be wary of it at first, but then I think it's going to be, this is when it's going to go up to $1 million and stuff like that, and that's going to be the start of it. Still think we're going to get up to 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 for Bitcoin, because we've only got 327 billion in the marketplace. So, but that's my feeling. Gordy Boy, XRP, keep dreaming, boys. You're going to be so wrong. You're going to have to apologise, Gordy Boy. You're going to have to say, I got it wrong. As long as you hold your hands up and say, I got it wrong. But at the same time, I'll have to do the same as well. Mr. Director Steve, LRC and ONT, what's your thoughts? Chart-wise, ONT for the long term, I still like ONT for the long term. Chart-wise, for the short term, 4 hours, not looking good. Not looking good on any of the charts at the moment for the short term. We'll go into the macro view again. All-time low. If you believe in kind of ontology, you believe in the project, the team, what they're doing, the progress and everything else, then again, it's a good time to get in. It's a good time to accumulate and start accumulating from here. Because it is when the alt's going to go, they're going to blow big time. And ontologies, I believe that's a good long-term project. What was the other one you said? Ontology and where is it? LRC. LRC, BTC. Woodbring. All-time low as well. 489. Goodness. And it wasn't that long ago. Yeah, it was only 2000 because I remember recommending it when they were kind of round about this area, about 1500. It went up to 2000. But how times have changed. But again, I'm not so sure about this being for the long term purely because I've not looked into it. So that's why I say I'm not so sure about it long term. Nothing else, purely because I've not looked into it recently. See what they're up to, see what the changes are. There's just so many kind of projects to kind of look at that it's impossible to kind of look at all of them. But if you've done your due diligence, you've looked into it, they're progressing, they're bringing things out, then again it's accumulation time. I think it is for a lot of the alts as well. But just be careful because a lot of the alts are going to just disappear as well. Deutsche Bank in the red, one of the too big to fail banks is teetering on collapse. Yeah, probably a government bailout there somewhere. Doug Anton is in house. Welcome to you. BTC, higher lows and reducing volume looks bullish to me. Deutsche Bank is Lehman Brothers at 2.0. I hope not. Because that is going to affect crypto. Well, it is going to affect the cryptocurrency market, whatever you say. Digibyte, DGB. Okay, we'll have a look at DGB. Where's it for the short term? I was going to look on Binance. It is on Binance, but we've not any long-term stuff on it. Right, it's not good. We'll look at Bittrex. 119. Close. It's not its all-time low, but close to its low. What's its all-time high for Digibyte? 2,384. Wow. 1,800%. I don't know. See, with Digibyte, and it's going to be one of those ones. Being honest with Digibyte, my kind of spidey senses sense something with kind of Digibyte. Not just because of kind of Binance, but I think something's going to happen with Digibyte that's going to be unexpected. And I think spidey senses are kind of pricking up all the time, especially kind of getting listed on Binance as well. Alright, one sec. I'm getting this wrong. That's weird. We'll come back to that in a second. That's very, very weird. One sec. Digibyte's not on Binance. Now I've just had a moment, senior moment. What was the one that was just listed on Binance? Everybody didn't expect to get listed on Binance. Right, I've just had a moment there. Let me know what was the one that's just been listed on Binance that everybody didn't expect. Oh, it's Dogecoin. Dogecoin. Sorry, yeah, Doge, CV Norwood, Nick Smith. Just had a brain fart there. Right, okay, so I think there's something going to happen with Digibyte. So that's where it came. I just had a memory that was listed on Binance. And I don't know where the hell that came from, but it could be getting listed, but it might not. It's probably not. But I just had a kind of a false memory there of it being listed on Binance. So, but spidey senses are picking up with Digibyte for that. And I must have been thinking it's going to get listed on Binance. I know somebody said it earlier on, but I've been thinking it for the last couple of weeks that spidey senses are picking up. So forgive me for that. It wasn't Digibyte, it was Dogecoin that was listed. But I think something is going to happen with Digibyte. Something big is going to happen with Digibyte that's going to be in the all of the news again. And I don't know what it is, but spidey senses really are kind of picking up on it. And I don't know what it is. And maybe it is that. Maybe it is kind of getting listed on Binance. But it's probably totally wrong. I do apologise for that. It's quite embarrassing that, thinking it was listed on Binance already. But I had a memory of it being listed on Binance. Weird. Anyway. Mike Witherford, what will happen to make XRP do the big jump you refer to? What news? There's not. I don't think there's going to be any news that's going to trigger it. I just think it's going to be the supply as well, or somebody else is going to come in. Some big players going to come in, and they're going to have to use a lot of the XRP. If they're going to be using XRP or something, they're going to have to get much more XRP, and I think that's going to be the start of it. And there's going to be a major FOMO. So I think it's going to be from a big institution, and that's going to be doing it. It could be SBI. It could be any of them, that's kind of jumped on board. With XRapid, with Ripple, with XRP, just kind of in a roundabout way as well. I just think that's what's going to kind of drive it. But obviously, nobody knows. Nobody knows. Axel is in. Good morning to you. Debbie Clayton is in. Good morning to you. Dunder Matthew. Justin the Guardian reports 18,000 bank employees sent home. Yeah. On his crypto journey, that explains the long-term outlook for future price predictions on XRP. If the circulating supply is reduced and demand stays high, price should rise. Thanks for the insight. My pleasure. My pleasure. And again, this is just my thoughts, obviously. Big boy pants on and all that. But that's what I think. Bernard Ronald is in. 20k BTC in alt season after there's popular belief, whenever there's popular consensus. That is most definitely not the outcome. Usually, yeah, you have to be ultra contrarian in the crypto space. I don't know. I don't know if you have to be, Imran. I don't know if you have to be ultra contrarian, but I think it's just a matter of looking at the charts, so keeping an eye on what's happening with the price. This is just guessing as well. So it's just keeping an eye on the price. We'll get out of this now. But the trend is up. So the evidence is there to say it's going to continue to go up. And it might continue to go up past 20k. So it could be 30k, 40k, 50k, 100k. You just don't know what's going to happen. But if you're being ultra contrarian, a lot of people are saying 20k, so you'd bet on it going down. So you place a big short on here, and people are saying there's Tone Vays have been saying for years, it seems like, it's going back down to kind of 1k. I don't think he thinks that anymore. I think it's about 3k he's talking about. So he's made his name off of being contrarian, but it's not happened yet. So he did say 1,000 when it got to 3,000. So yeah, there's lots of different kind of views out there. Initial impact isn't good for crypto. Such a crash will impact everybody's wealth, which is locked up in fiat. That's why stablecoins such as RSI would be pegged to a basket of assets as needed. Yeah, I think that's exactly what I was talking about earlier. If there is a big financial crisis, which there is just now, it's just happening we don't know about it yet, but there is, and it's coming. It's just going to come to light. So it is happening just now. It's just not going to come to light for another few months, but it's starting to happen. We can see this just now. But you're exactly right. There's not going to be, and there's people going to be weary. All the money is tied up in fiat, so they're not going to go into the crypto market. Everybody thinks they're going to come out of the markets, the stock market, and go into crypto. That's not going to happen. Everybody's just going to sit and hold tight, see what happens before they start to kind of trust any type of market again. And I think so. It's not going to be good for crypto if there is a big kind of financial crash. It's definitely not going to be good for crypto in the beginning, but after that, when they see how corrupt the banks, I don't understand why people don't see it just now, how corrupt the banks are. If you've read kind of any of the books out there, kind of on RBS, just all the kind of bank, Lehman Brothers, just everything. If you've read any kind of books on that, you'll just see how corrupt people are. Unbelievable. I'm going to change 20% of all my coins into Bitcoin today. I like a wee gamble. Excellent. I don't think there's any danger in kind of going into Bitcoin, accumulating Bitcoin, just dollar cost averaging in. Even if it drops kind of 50% from here, you're accumulating. It's about accumulating. Or if you're making profits on your alts, kind of put a bit of it away into Bitcoin. Put 0.00 or 0.005 kind of Bitcoin into your kind of Bitcoin fund, and just kind of try and build it up with your trading pot, or just keep using the pot and just keep building the pot up as well every month. What time are we on? 9:21. Was I going to look at any news stories? I was looking at news stories here. Ethereum will lead the next bull run. Ethereum provides internet to West Africa, and this is Samfran Tribe. I've noticed on Samfran Tribe there's a lot of kind of spell mistakes. I don't think they do any kind of editing of this. There's a lot of spell mistakes and stuff like that, which kind of push you off. But they're saying it. I tend to agree with them. This is why I liked this kind of coin. Ethereum leads the next bull run. So due to increased exposure to Bitcoin based on futures, cash settlement, stablecoins, the surge in Bitcoin price did not, it says, affect the rest of the market. Should be affect the rest of the market as anticipated. Granted, there still could be an altcoin market right around the corner. With current information, it seems that Bitcoin price surging is no longer enough to carry the markets up independently. So it's not a well-written article, but I do tend to agree that Ethereum is going to be really big again. I don't necessarily think it's going to lead the Ethereum next bull run, or the alts bull run, but I think it's going to be really, really good again, or big again, and much needed with the developments that are coming from Ethereum as well. So keep an eye on Ethereum, and I'd start maybe accumulating Ethereum as well. I think it is going to be kind of bigger than what it is just now, much bigger. Everybody's kind of putting it down. VeChain begins 25 million buyback plan. So VeChain has officially kicked off his plan to buy back $25 million worth of its own tokens. The VeChain Foundation will be implementing the plan over the course of the next quarter. So the foundation will store the purchased VET to continue acquiring VTHO, which will be used for financial support for projects seeking to operate on the network. With the plan, the foundation seeks to make it easier for developers, projects, and businesses to try out the VeChain blockchain. So the long-term plan is to establish VET as a mode of value transfer within the network, and also as a store of value as well. So I think VeChain is one of those that are going to do good as well. But if you look at them just now, 65 Satoshi, all-time low. 65 Satoshi. I think it's been down to as low as 57. So again, another one to accumulate. And looking at these, you just think why is nobody picking this up? And we tend to be, and this is what kind of Imran was talking about, you have to be sometimes contrarian, not ultra contrarian, but you have to look at it and just not follow the crowd and just say, because you're looking at this, you just go, why is everybody else not picking VET up? Am I missing something? Is there something going on? But if you're kind of sure about VET for the long term and the kind of projects have kind of got going on, and the partnerships have got going on, then you'd be buying at these prices as much as possible and just accumulating as much as possible as well. So this would be a case of being contrarian, not ultra contrarian, but contrarian and doing what everybody else is not doing, and that's selling off VeChain. This is where you'd be going, right, we're buying in just now. The good projects with POS, with a bull run, the returns would be enough to pay a lot of the bills without selling the coins. Yeah, talking about proof of stake there. Imran, buying into red, humans naturally feel afraid, scared, even because it feels opposite to everything we're taught and conditioned to do, but need to reprogram the mind to look the opposite way. Yes. Yeah, and that is, so I do agree to a degree about it being contrarian, because you have to be. And this is how Warren Buffett's made his money as well, because he's being contrarian. And Donny, I agree. Crypto Knowledge Alliance is in the house. Jimbo, our very own kind of admin, he's got his own channel as well. And congratulations as well, Jimbo. I didn't kind of say this on the last slide, but he's just got his kind of results in for his degree. So big, huge congratulations to you, Jimbo. G's like LTC, DGB, BTC in the most shop windows for accepted cryptos. Excellent. So Doge, everybody was telling me it was Dogecoin, yeah. That's when I got it wrong, when I got a false memory of Digibyte being listed on Binance. With the decentralized nature of DGB, would the patch up between DGB and Binance have anything to do with it being included in Binance.us? Ah, right. Could be. Tonebase last night, so Bitcoin go to 20k and dump 80%, or it could go to 2k. So Tonebase said that. Could go to 20k and dump 80%, or it could go to 2k and rise 80%. How that guy gets taken serious is beyond me. Yeah, Digibyte guys fell out with CZ, but now all pals again. Imran, Justin, HSBC going for XRP Ledger soon. Excellent. Why is Dent tanking so much on any news? There's no news I've seen for Dent going down so much as well. So I don't know why Dent is going down so much. It did have a wee run up. I did have a run up to 31, and recently jumped from about 19 to 24, 25, but it's just tanked again to its all-time low. So I don't know what's going on with Dent, honestly don't, but I haven't seen any news to say why it's gone down. I don't see anything at all. Kig is in the house, morning to you. Let plot, well, new here, but question, will the new lawmaker make a change to crypto rules? The new lawmaker, is this from ECB? So honestly, nobody knows what's going to happen with regards to kind of crypto regulation. So we need to wait and see kind of what happens. A G20 summit going on as well. I'm sure there's going to be a fallout from that with regards to crypto around the world as well. So there's lots of things going on. But welcome to the channel, Leplo. It's good to have you here. And thanks for kind of putting in a comment as well. G's like PundiX new updated wallet looks nice. Yeah, I downloaded that the other day. I don't know if it's been updated since then, but it does. As wallets go, looks nice. Late check-in, like button smash, and it's my birthday, baby. Come on. Excellent. Happy birthday, Gene. Big congratulations to you. Peter Liapa's bat is mooning. Is it? We just looked at that a second ago. BTC. Hardly mooning, but it's gone up. So it's crossed over. So it's jumping up 2,807. Yeah, BAT is a good long-term project as well, definitely. Icon BAT. We looked at Icon earlier on and BAT as well, Peter. David Clayton, happy birthday, Jean. Phil can say birthday week for me also. Excellent. Oh, Debbie, how did the meeting go? Because I believe you met up with our very own Kim. I've not spoke to Kim yet. Well, because she said you were meeting up with her and another friend. So I hope that went well. Jimbo saying, thanks, mate. My pleasure. Big, huge congratulations to you. I know how much or how hard it is to get your degree and kind of do everything to do that. Crypto Don Juan, congrats Jimbo, happy birthday Gene, saying. Imran, crypto's business. People were surprised about how Binance are okay with DGB again. Shouldn't be. When the Winklevoss twins were asked why they were helping Zuckerberg for Libra, they said they're frenemies. Yeah. Marcus Farley went on Jimbo, happy days. When it comes to money, a friend of your friend is your friend. Yes. Steve, could you please look at Engine? I'm holding it for the short term because I want to get more BAT with it. Engine, we've not looked at that for a while actually. Long term, Engine, fantastic. But short term, we'll just have a look. Short term looks okay. Been up to 1173. This is on the hourly. We'll look on the 4 hourly. Yeah, it's kind of going sideways just now. 1076. I'm just going to have a look on. We're up to 95 million. That's better, to be honest. It was a wee bit high. It rose a wee bit too quickly when there's a big huge jump, but we've had a kind of spike back down. So we'll go to the chart and see on the daily. So I've almost had a 100% retracement since the crossover. To measure. Nope. Yeah, I didn't quite get to the 100% retracement. This was a crossover. So for short term, which is the 1 hour, you might get a better position in if you're trading it. It might be going down from here. So it's crossed down over on the 1 hour. 15 minutes, crossed down over as well, obviously. 4 hours. For short term, and we're talking day trading here, short term it doesn't look good for short term, so it could go down a wee bit more. We've not 100% retraced, so it could get 100% retracement from when it jumped up big time. And that was back in February. So it jumped up when it was at 881, so it could get a retracement to round about those levels. But it's just keeping an eye on it just now. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just kind of purely looking at the charts and seeing what's happening. So the 70 EMA has crossed down over the 50 EMA, which usually indicates that price is going down. It came down from here at 1164, went all the way down to 990. So yeah, we could be hitting those levels again. David Clayton, we had a great birthday lunch. Thanks, Steve. Excellent. So was that for your birthday? CB Norwood, too late, got wrecked on dent at 30. Oh wow. Imran Chowdhury Consensus recently published a blog post listing the top 20 companies most active in terms of development, according to the GitHub communique, but ignored Cardano. Crazy. Can't trust surveys. Yeah. I mean, you can just go on to GitHub and look. I don't know if I've got the thing there, but you can go on to GitHub and look for yourself, see what's actually been the most active. When CEO and Ethereum co-founder Joseph Lubin posted a link to his Twitter followers, who were quick to point out the roundup was far from democratic, accurate, or even ethical. It's ridiculous. There is a lot of kind of manipulation in the markets. Leplo, sorry to hear that. Buy yourself some Link, not financial advice. Link, I think long term are very good. Kind of looked at Link as well. Looks like it's going to go back up, or it could go back up. Link, BTC. What time are we on? 9:32. I started late as well. So it's coming up on the 1 hourly to cross back over again. Go to daily. So it's only coming up to 38% level. Yeah, 38% level. On the crossover, that is. It's probably more, well, it is more than that, obviously. If we go from the start, from the low point, which you should kind of really do when you're looking at this. Well, not should, but most people do. So low point, still 38% it's coming down to, so it could kind of come down to 27,000 and go back up again, but it looks as if it wants to move back up again here. But if you believe in it for the long term, obviously it's just kind of buying just now. And where is Link? Yep. Crypto knowledge lines could be a large bull flag on the 4-hour chart for link. So go to the 4-hour. There's a bull flag there. You can see it on the daily. And so what Jimbo's talking about here, bull flag here, and just very crudely drawn, not properly drawn with a pole kind of here. So yep, could be breaking out from this kind of bull flag here. So this is a bull flag and this is a pole. So if we break out from here, we could go up and we get a kind of rough up to about 41,000. So it could go up maybe 30% from here, this bull flag, and it's trying to break out. As you can see, that's very roughly drawn, obviously. It's not precise. Not drawn really from there if you're taking into consideration spikes. So that's a rough one. So yeah, it could break out from here. For Chainlink. Okay, just see anybody else. Thanks on Engine, Steve. Do you have your spider sensing with a good run up for Dent? I'm in it, and with the pump, that's a couple of BTC back in the wallet. Until then, my big boy pants are now torn. For Dent, because I honestly don't kind of sense anything. Not that that's a consideration to even consider, spider senses. But I just don't know with Dent. I honestly don't know, and I just don't understand it. From a logical point of view, out with that kind of spidey senses, nothing, unfortunately. It could blow up anytime, or it could just, I don't know, honestly don't know. But there's nothing coming through from above, so to speak. But spidey sense on DGB, that was weird. So something's going to happen with Digibyte. Something is going to happen with Digibyte, because that was very strange. I had a memory of it kind of getting listed on Binance. That was weird, that. Okay. B, adios, have a great day. You as well, B, thanks for joining us. Then dump the coins onto their investors. Imran, cheers, Stevo. Okay, I think we'll leave it there for just now. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. Remember, go down to the like button just now and hit that like button. And subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And join the free Telegram group as well down below. And join a waiting list for the premium group as well, which is coming up at the end of July. So I need to really get my arse in gear and stop doing the house and get the premium group organised, or the premium launch organised. So, going to be good. Gino Dow joined us. Hi and bye. John Russell. I think I said hi to you already at the beginning, but thanks. And thanks to you for tuning in. Really appreciate your time and all your comments and everything as well. So, until next time, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them. Because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.